Good day, everyone, especially to you, ma'am. So, I am Rina Jean Valier, and I will be the one who continue the report of Miss Ella. So, how did the Bual Peace Zone evolve from the ashes of more than 250 homes burned to the ground? So, the Bual Peace Zone in Isulan, Sultan Kudarat was established in 1997, but now it became a peace zone is one story for the book. It was not clear who did it. A group of Ilonggos or a third-party transibol as allied by some parties to MNLF or MILF or the military-led Kapgus. The idea was apparently to blow up a land conflict between two families and intensify Muslim-Christian tension. This may never be settled to everyone's satisfaction, but the fact is December 16, 1996, between 250 to 300 homes of the Maguindanaoan Muslim in Bual were deliberately razed to the ground by a band of Ilonggos, thus forcing them to live in the evacuation center in Istulan, and four persons were killed. The key figure of the perpetrators was in jail, awaiting court sentence while the others were at large. But the remaining problem was how to restore the long history of harmonious relationship destroyed by that single event. Bual's total land area of 133,000 square kilometers lies at the foot of Mount Daguma Range. This territory easily makes Bual the biggest barangay of Isulan Sultan Kudarat. A 1995 census placed the population of the area at 3,580, 60% of which were Maguindanao Muslims, 30% Christian settlers, mostly Ilocano and Ilonggo, and 2% indigenous Manubo. Straddling the provinces Sultan Kudarat and Maguindanao is Mount Daguma Range, which allegedly provides sanctuary to MNLF and MILF rebel group. A military camp and a few Capgo detachments were nestled in the heart of Bual. A Cotabato-based NGO, Kadtuntaya Foundation Inc. or KFI, headed by Giamel Alim, which in turn also sought the support of the Catholic Relief Services, or CRS, provided the needed succor to the evacuees, consisting initially of food and other short-term relief items. Eventually, more support was mobilized from local government units. It took some time for the evacuees to acquire the courage to return and rebuild their homes. Some of them started back after 4 months, but the greater number remained hesitant. By April 12, 1997, only around 30 families had returned to Bual. It took some time for the as tension settled down and more evacuees returned from home, the process of rehabilitation and healing also started. Kaduntaya's first such step was the conduct of Culture of Peace seminar in 1997, attended by residents from both Muslim and Christian groups, representatives from local governments, from the MNLF and MILF, and from the military. It was realized in these seminars that they, the Muslim and Christians, were not natural enemies and were only victims of events beyond their control. So, they responded positively to suggestions to improve their relations. Organizing themselves into samahan ng nagkakaisang mamamayan ng Bual or Association of the United People of Bual. They produced a 9-point documents to express their desire to transform Bual into a zone of peace. Or how they wish to relate to one another in peace and cooperation. So, A. The use of peaceful means in settling conflicts. B. Non-displays of firearms. C. Reporting all case of conflict to the barangay officials for peaceful settlement. So, kani siya kay kanang kung naa gani kanang mga panghitabo nga dili maayo sa usa ka barangay or sa atong community is need na to nga mangayo og tabang dito sa mga officials dili kay kita-kita lang magkuan kay what if dili na to na matabang so maangin pa ta so need jud nato ang mga barangay officials para sila ang mosettle atong conflict. So D. Promotion of peaceful coexistence among the people. E. Joint efforts against peace saboteurs. F. Joint efforts toward helping improve the socio-economic life of the community. So, as a kanang namuyo sa isa ka komunidad is nida to mo participate sa mga activity nga himuon dira o makig-engage sa atong isig katawo sa atong mga silingan para makabaton pud ta og peace sa atong pamuyo. And G is respect for each other's culture. So need na to nga irespeto ang laing culture di kay kanang laing culture kay min lain man ang culture dili ko ana mo respeto ang ako yung culture ang akong kuanon so ponsa nimo makuha ang peace ana. So dapat kung unsa man gali na siya kung sa iyang mga culture so dapat imo na lang sang dawaton para magkasinabot mong duha kay kuan need man jud nato nga i-promote ang diversity kay mao man jud na ang way para magkasinabot ang isig katawo even though lain-lain og culture and tradition. So H. Establishment of a local organization that will serve as a venue to promote the common good. I. Sustaining peace-building activities. So, mo na to mag-participate sa mga activities sa community. How successful have they been in this 9 point? Few were conflicts in the community, they said, and if there were, the Peace and Order Committee handled the settlement process very well. Non-display of firearms have largely been complied with, but most important, perhaps, is the deepening relationship between Muslim and Christians as shown in community activities. So, dapat na jud tay good relationship sa usag-usa between Muslim and Christian. And Christian expressed their solidarity with Muslim during Ramadan. So, ginaila ng during Ramadan sa mga Muslim is ginarespeto sa mga Christian ang ilahang tradisyon nga inana og during sad sa kuan Muslim reciprocate the gesture during the fiesta of the Christian's patron saint. So, as a Christian, naaman dyan na yung mga fiesta sa mga patron like mga sa kanang San Miguel, San Pedro, mga inana, naman dyan na yung fiesta kada barangay. So, ila po nang ginarespeto ng ingon ana. And as that peace is to him. So, Muslim Mustafa Muhammad said, it is being secure each day. It does not mean the absence of conflict. People are different from one another and there will always be conflict. So, but they have the power to deal with this conflict through peaceful means. So, kuan man jud kanang najoy conflict kay dili man jud magkapare-pareha ang mga tawo na siya different nga mga perspective. So di jud na malikayan nga naadyoy mga conflict nga mahitabo but ato na ning choice ang kita na mangita og pamaagi nga paunsa nato makuan ang peace kay nara jud ni sa atoa kung dili na to buhaton ang mga butang nga kanang makahatag sa tuwa og piso paunsa pud nato makamit ang peace kung dili pud ta magkuan sa atong kaugalingon dili nato i-apply kung paunsa to nato makuha ang peace. So what is the contribution of the Dungus Peace Pact in Tulunan, South Cotabato, the peace process? So, Dungos is a barangay of the municipality of Tulunan, Cotabato. In August 1999, Dongos Barangay Chairman Mario M. Balonyebro Sr. said that a group of MILF arrived at the place to inform the people that they were going to establish an armed detachment there, Dongos being part of MILF Camp Rahamuda. So, Christian and Muslim residents of the place meet with them to inform them that they have this peace pact in Dungus not to allow any armed men inside the area, and this included the military and police as well. So, March 20, 1995, peace pact was signed by representatives both the Christian and Muslim inhabitants of the barangay. So, diri nagkayusa ang Muslim and Christian sa pag-sign sa peace pact. So, among the signatories were the barangay chairman himself, Mayor Rodolfo Pinafil of Tulunan, the parish priest, Father Benaflor, and witness included no less than Governor Rosario Diaz of Cotabato, Congressman Gregorio of Cotabato, Mayor Abraham Panglas III of Dato Panglas, Mayor Pindaton of Iski Pindaton, the provincial directors of the PNP, the battalion commander of 401B, 60 ID, and Boy Hasem, MNLF Brigade Commander of the Upper Cotabato Revolutionary Command. So, mao to ang mga kanang mga saksi sa pagperma ug ang nagperma sa peace pact. The Dungus Peace Pact was born out of the turbulence of the early 1990s and the insecurities resulting from the raging war between the AFP and MNLF afterwards. It was also inspired by the successful creation of the peace zones of sitios of Miatob and New Alimodjan and Barangay Bituan, Banayal and Nabundasan. It was Mayor Finifil and barangay captain who introduced the idea of the peace pact in Dungus after 1 year of processing, mainly because Muslims and Christians were hesitant to come near each other. 12 Muslim and more than 20 Christians signed the documents. So, nag-sign po ang both Muslim and Christians. So, among the agreements of Dungus were the settlement international conflicts by peaceful means and the disallowance of armed groups, including the military, no inter-area unless requested by member of the ad hoc committee. Sometime after signing, a delegation led by Mayor Pinapil traveled to Camp Abubakar, where they informed Haji Murad, then MILF Vice Chairman for Military Affairs, about peace pact. The response of MILF leader was encouraging, reacting to the August attempt of MILF to establish a detachment in Dongos. The people again conferred with the MILF leadership. The latter decided to respect the agreement of the people. As how exactly Kaji Murad reacted, Now Giamad, one of the signatories of the pact, si Now Giamad di ay kay isa siya nga nag-sign atong kuan katong peace pact, said in Ilonggo. Sige pud siya katawa sa amo didto kay nakasulti pa siya sa tibuok Mindanao nga sagda-mayor, si mayor pa ang mayor sa Tulunan ang nakasaka sa Kampo Abubakar. So moto ang istorya ni Now Giamad. So he was laughing with us. In the words of Now Giamad, prior peace pact, 3 years as long enough before an outbreak of conflict would turn us into instant evacuees. Now we have not had any trouble. So that will be all of my part, and thank you.